Hello, and you join me inside a Mercedes-Benz van, but not just any van. This is a limited edition V300. But first, why not check out our website where you can compare the V-Class against pretty much all of its rivals, things like the Staria, the Opel Zafira, the Volkswagen Caravelle, and you can compare it to basically anything you want and as many as you want. You can even check out the second-hand ones we have available, of which there are plenty.
Dream, search, drive. Cars.co.za.
Whether you're an angel, a dictator, a space captain, a tree, or just if your car is stolen, we'll help you replace it.
Who would steal Archie's car, man?
With no drama. Budget, the official insurer of good South Africans.
Now, what makes this a limited edition? Well, the color to start with, the blue, is a special soda light blue that is only available on this limited edition. Then you get the AMG grille where the silver AMG bits are blacked out. The same with the headlights, they're blacked out as well. And you get 19-inch black wheels, which kind of make that whole midnight black blue theme. It's very cool. Inside, there isn't much of a change, but that's not to say it's not nice in here. This car has some very cool and high-end features which you'd expect from your kind of top-end leisure van slash airport shuttle to a fancy hotel. One of the things that's intriguing me here is the seat heaters on here. You can heat and cool your seats, but you can do them simultaneously, which I'm not entirely sure what that does. Maybe they just fight each other and neutralize cold and hot in an eternal battle. It's a very nice interior. The leather seats are great. The interior is actually quite nicely put together. Mercedes-Benz hasn't been renowned for that of late, you know. Some of the interior materials and quality control hasn't been up to what we think Mercedes-Benz standard should be, but this one is very nice. The carbon fiber plastic dash is very nice. It's not scratchy like you get on some cars. I do miss the modern Mercedes-Benz displays. You've got a relatively small by Mercedes-Benz screen here. It is quite high res, as is the reverse camera and everything inside there. That's very high spec, but it's analog here in terms of your speedo readout and your rev limiter. That's all analog, and that isn't the Mercedes way of late. If you look at the A-Class or the new C-Class, everything here is fully integrated and digital. So it's weird to see physical buttons, which is a good thing and a bad thing, I guess. Thankfully, everything can be accessed via touch on the screen. There is a trackpad here, but that's a little bit annoying to use, if I'm honest. I don't enjoy using the trackpad. I tend to just use the touch screen as it's easier. Some of the other quite nifty features from the driver's perspective is in the center console you get an actual fridge. I stuck my hand in there earlier and it is a very cold fridge. You can heat or cool your beverage in these cup holders here, which is a really cool feature. And then you've got like loads of space to throw things around here. There's massive door pockets, more cup holders here, and you've got two USB-C ports in here, which is the only way to connect Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, depending on which one you use. And then it comes with, thank you, Mr. Sound Assistant Man, for this. This is an adapter for a USB to USB-A port. You can have that back. It does come with that in case you don't have a USB-C compatible cable. You may have noticed my shift levers here. That allows me to segue into the drivetrain on this car, and it has a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine in the V300. That's what I like about Mercedes-Benz right now. Their engines are supreme. Really great engines, really great gearboxes, plenty of torque, plenty of power, and they kind of feel seamless. Like there's a premium feel to the way a Mercedes-Benz accelerates. Even though this is a diesel and it's quite an old diesel, it still has good acceleration, which isn't full of like bags of torque when you hit the throttle. It's progressive, and it's like that through the entire Mercedes-Benz engine range, right up from like the 2-liter petrol in an A-Class to the V8 engines in, say, an S-Class, for instance. It comes with a 7-year, 140,000 kilometer drive plan, but like with all manufacturers, if you want to extend that beyond 7 years or more, you can if you want to pay an optionally. Onto the ride quality, and for a van, I gotta say it's really good. The V-Class feels more like it was designed to have passengers on board and keep them in comfort, whereas some of the competitors, they feel more like appliances or shells that were meant for sort of work use rather than people use, if that makes sense. And that's what you get. You get a very quiet cabin. You get lots of really comfortable leather from here to the back seats. And the back seats are probably where you want to spend most of your time. Your driver will shuttle you, no doubt, from the airport or wherever you get picked up in. And we should probably speak about those back seats. Just 1 second there while I finish this email to Chiro. General check on health. Control enter, and there you go. You may be sending emails in the back of your V-Class like many people will. And there's even space here for your colleague to pull his laptop out and do some tenders. And what's more is once you're done, close your laptop. You've got a fancy drinks tray here with cup holders, a very small cell phone holder, and you can fold it away as well. So quick drop of that, push the middle button down, down it goes. And now we have all this legroom because the seats are pushed all the way back, but obviously you can slide them forward to give the rear passengers more legroom as well. The seats don't swivel, but you can take them out with the strength of a bodybuilder, turn them around, and then place them back in position, and then you've got forwards and backwards facing seats. A nice addition in this one is you've got the double panoramic sunroof. So at the moment we've got the blinds open, but with the power of wireless technology you can close them and keep it nice and dark in here so you don't get screen glare. You have rear air conditioning vents as well with climate control, which is quite nice. And the sunroof here does open, but it only opens like a very small amount, which is quite strange, but I guess some sunroof is better than no sunroof. So my colleague here is demonstrating for me. In the back here, you do have rear climate control, which is very nice, but strangely, there are no USB ports in the back, but they have put two 12-volt chargers in the side here. So I guess if you wanted to, you could put a USB adapter in that. So you can see here, you've got some quite nice carbon fiber plastic next to the Burmeister sound system. And you can see that door's open. And with the touch of a button, I can open the other side door where we will now go and do the boot scene. Ah, squirrel! Right, the boot scene of the review. We have a boot and our trusty Cars.co.za cooler box. Now, the boot is electrically operated. Excellent. Now you'll notice the split parcel shelf, which is quite cool on this, and you can load a cooler box above and below. Now, by my reckoning, you can get, let's make that 2, 3, probably 4 on top and 4 below. But there's another trick to this fancy parcel shelf. Not only does it fold up, but inside there's this cool little optional tray which folds out into a crate. Now, the only real use I can think of this is I'm constantly forgetting my Woolworths bags at home, so this might make a good substitute if I go into Woolies with a crate underneath my arm. Save yourself 35 bucks on a Woolies bag every time. It's a bargain. It's only 2.1 million rand for this V-Class. You may have noticed the roof box on the top of this new limited edition V-Class. That is a standard feature, and interesting thing about it is that it was designed in the Mercedes-AMG wind tunnel, which might be some of the reason behind why their car's a little slow this year. They were designing roof boxes instead of Formula One cars. The only way to open it is to stand up here using the key. Obviously I'm about 6 foot tall, so I can reach, but if you're Chiro's height, you may need a step ladder, or if you don't have a step ladder, see if your real ladder is available. Plug the key in, turn, contortion your body, and it opens. Now you can get 75 kgs worth of stuff on the roof. That's what it's limited to, but it is very aerodynamic and quiet when you drive along as well, which is rare for one of these. Normally, as soon as you put a roof box on, it whistles like a child learning to play the recorder. But this one, very quiet. And to close it, again, reach up, try and slot the lock, and that's that. Should you buy a V-Class limited edition right now? Well, limited editions tend to come out right at the end of a vehicle's life cycle, and there is actually a facelift coming towards the end of this year or early next year. So it is right at the end of the car's current life. But that doesn't mean it's not the most premium car in the segment. By far, it's the most premium. But you do pay for that premiumness. At 2.15 million rand for this, it is a lot more than its competitors. The most expensive Staria is only 1.3 million rand. The most expensive Caravelle is only 1.3 million rand. So you're paying a lot more for that premiumness. Is it worth that extra money? Maybe not yet. I might wait for the facelift version in 2024 when we get an updated interior here, we get keyless start, and it's a more modern car. At the moment, the inside just feels a little bit dated for Mercedes, and a car like the Staria is almost thoroughly modern. It's brand new in terms of its life cycle. So it doesn't feel like it's that far away of a step from a 2 million rand V-Class. So while this is still the most premium car in the sector by some margin, if premium at all costs is what you're after in a van, then the V-Class limited edition is the right van.
Cars.co.za.
Are you busy trying to decide between 2 cars, 3 cars, 4 cars, 5 cars, 6 cars? We have an excellent compare tool on our site which will help you make sense of all the different pricing and all the different specs. You'll find it on our main site as well as in our app. It's super slick, it's easy to use, it's highly detailed, it's constantly updated with the latest information and pricing, and I can guarantee you it'll make your life a ton easier. Check it out on our website, link in the description below.
All our Silos and Archies deserve insurance that pays out.